Advantage is paid. It was going to be a free kick, I think, to Callan. Doesn't matter. They come away with it. Tiller gave it to Cooney across the ground. Cross goes to half forward. Murphy. This will be interesting. Bevan bearing down. Murphy got away. Lines up from 35 metres. You can't beat skill.
We wouldn't have thought that...
Didn't get away. Well done, Ackermanis. Prepared almost to give away a free kick.
And he did.
Belated whistle. That was a good result for the Dogs.
When the Swans come out of their defence, the Bulldogs are playing very tight on the Swans forward, as you'd expect, but they're doing a good job at the moment.
And Hall, who did that...
And that kick was very good to the advantage side of Hall.
So Hall, good-looking kick. It's a good start from the big fella.
Well, great contest out on the wing.
Goes back inside. Vespremi, quick kick to full forward. Hall likes this. Real chance now. Gets it out to Jolly, the rover, and kicks a brilliant goal.
I really like the way Barry Hall went about this. He knew that he was behind. He knew that he couldn't put his hands in the back. Adam Goods here played very well. He got free, and he saw that Lake was advantaged if he kicked the ball on that occasion. Brought it back inside. Vespremi got it in long. Hall was able to work Lake in under the ball without giving a free kick away. Probably a little bit lucky to get away with that shovel, but good goal by Jolly.
Interesting. 4 Jareds playing tonight in this game. And none of those Jareds spelt the same way. 70s and 80s. Gee, they were crazy. There goes the kick. Long down towards full forward from Eagleton. Off hands. Hacked out of midair by Welsh. He's got the goal.
Well, they've had trouble going inside, and each time they've gone in long, they've had 3 and 4 up. But what had happened is Murphy had just come off the ground. Brad Johnson was out of the contest as well. And all of a sudden, they had different forwards up there competing, but they were spread out. And it was a one-on-one contest. That's the first time it's gone in long to only 2 players, Lee.
The play-on was critical. There wasn't a set kick. Eagleton played on. That gives the forwards a chance to get the one-on-one in there.
Settling into the personality they expected from the start. Not as much run. Murphy, though, runs on. Kicks long down towards full forward. Jolly came over the top. Loose ball. O'Keefe leads in the race. Hahn after him. Ball spills back to Keneally, off balance. In trouble, Barry. Feeds it back towards the kick-off line. Head down, Jolly tries to go through. Hahn was waiting for him. Taken by Hill. Gives it to Higgins. And Higgins puts the Dogs in front.
What a great result for the Bulldogs. And that last 20 seconds of play is a result of all the pressure that they put on up to this point, because they really have been able to make the Swans worry about their forward pressure. Sometimes it's not all about being close. Sometimes it's about inferred pressure, and they've been able to put that on the Swans. And they created that opportunity for Higgins because of it.
Let's see what he's got in those 34-year-old legs. You've picked it well, Ox. To the front. Hall got pushed out.
The arm, free kick, Barry Hall. Grab the arm. Watched it all the way. You just grab the arm. Got to be a free kick.
You didn't need to do that either. They had 4-on-1 up against Barry.
Just in the last couple of minutes of the game, obviously we had the interchange free kick, but it's become more stop-start, and that's going to fall in the Swans' lap.
So Hall gets it. Swans back in front. And Roberts-Thompson, after that 50, going for goal. Not a notable goal scorer, but he does the Sydney thing. He takes advantage of a situation and scores. Lake missed it. Vespremi and Callan. Important footy to be won here. Callan in close quarters did well. To Boyd, to Callan. Has he got enough on it? Not quite. Hill, Barry, Hahn with real big, strong. Balkan kicks the goal.
Gee, what an important ball it was to win inside the centre square from Timmy Callan. They got the footy, they got it in, And it's amazing what happens when you get the ball in long and quick. And Mitch Hahn, the big, strong forward that the Doggies rely on.
Don't you see that from Hahn a lot? That type of goal.
Yeah.
Just the Bullock-in goal where he pushes his way through and then just manufactures it out of nothing.
Just seemed as though it was running the way of the Swannies there with decisions and so forth. Maybe the momentum changer.
Forward. Coming up the ground down there, O'Keefe. Malcheski goes inside the forward 50. Hall again, looking so dangerous, lays it off. Taken by Bolton outside the 50. McVeigh spots a man on the move. It's Goods. Next meeting, Acker might bristle him. These are those whiskers. They'd catch you. Goods. Sudden death.
Great.
Heads it through.
It's 15 minutes. He looked sharp early.
Good kick.
It was, and then Murphy goes inside. Can Walsh get this all the way?
No, this is right on his distance as well. He'll be accurate, but whether it gets 50 metres or not, that's the big question. But when he gets them, this is right on it.
Kicked a scrambling goal in the opening term, which will give him a lot of confidence. Kick 5 the last time these two teams played. That unique run up. She's got hold of it. It's a good-looking kick. It's a wonderful kick. He's drilled it home from a long way out.
It was the kick and the lead from Murphy.
Gets a hand pass out of the congestion. Charging up the ground, Jono. Right back into the heat in the kitchen. Wins the footy. Gives it to Hargrave. Kicks it down towards the pocket. And the mark is taken down there by Murphy.
Wow. Well, that just Brad Johnson. He came on and he gave exactly what he had to. A contest where he cleaned up Luke Ablett. Then he wins the footy and gets it out.
And that's what a captain's all about, setting the standard. He's obviously taken a very hard knock. He's come in, he's delivered one to Ablett that he may have been lucky to get away with there, but it was his follow-up after that was just as important.
This for the lead. Murphy comes in. In just 7 days, it appears the Bulldogs have grown a thick mat of Chestal hair. After Hudson missed it in the air, found it on the ground, and this is Tua.
With some space, goes to the pocket. Hill, the target. Well done there, Everett, but Hill's got it.
That is come straight off Everett's hand, surely.
It looks as if the spider had touched it first.
Well, a little bit at the same time.
Yep.
Bit harsh on the ump.
So Hill kicked a couple last week. He's an impressive young colt, this fella, and that's a great kick. They've kicked the last 3, the Dogs. They've got a bit of a lead here.
Well, not to lay the boots in the spot.
13 points behind. They're very much in this game, but they do need to get something moving in their direction. Chikuni was clever. Callan running hard. Running bounce on the wrong side for him, but a good kick to Hill. He's kicked 1 goal too. He kicked a couple last week. He's got his second. He's an important player, and they're away the Dogs.
Sydney, 7-day break and no trouble for the Bulldogs. Little things make a big difference.
Watching the interchange, walking on eggshells down there. Here's Hill. Cross half back. He's been important to space. That's a clever kick. If he gets the bounce, he's away. Gilby held up slightly. Just lays it off. Advantage is paid. Lakes away. Runs inside the 50. Lines up on goal and kicks it.
Trying to find some spark around the middle of the ground, but the fact is he's just not able to do that, so all you can do is continue to use him in the forward 50.
Morris, Ackermanis, now Johnson, as if they're rubbing it in. Look at this. Forward of the wing, Jan Siracusa. Griffin takes off. He'll run inside the 50. He'll line up at goal, Griffin. There goes the kick, and suddenly the Maribyrnong has become the Bullseye pipeline. Goes looking for Murphy. Murphy on the lead's got it 60 metres out.
Still West Premier down. Now getting himself up. Murphy decides to quickly go to full forward. Minson. Well, Bedwell has had
Nothing done. We'll have to wait for Ricky on that one.
He's kicked at Minson. He's had a massive half an hour.
I'll come back about Murphy.
The stoppage. They won the footy inside.
Just superior skills at the moment. The Dogs are getting it out of their defence easily because they're running harder and using the ball better.
Until that moment. And then Kirk to Hall.
The game's gone on.
Well, it's just another big kick. I mean, maybe not as big as the one in the third quarter. That's looking good. And Barry Hall gets his third, and there is a pulse.
At the final term in the second semi-final. At the second attempt, Hudson held a long time in the tackle. Boyd sends it out towards left half forward. In front, Murphy lost control of it, or did he? It finished up with Higgins, not quite sure how he disposed of the football. Boyd, who's been wonderful. Ackermanis, the cherry on top. That was a beautiful kick too, with precision. Found Higgins. Overlapping Hargrave. Johnson is on the move. Bolton there with him. Loose ball at the back. Charging through his hand. Beat a couple of them. Johnson deep in the pocket. Can he score from here? Johnson. It's the Dogs' night. The skipper.
As that ball, there was a contested situation there, 40 metres out from goal. There was one player who bodylined the ball, and he split it down the middle of his body, and the Sydney player here, in Craig Bolton, he reached for it a little bit. Now, that's Hahn's 11th contested possession in this game out of 14, and he's done exactly what they've expected of him.
And the 10th individual goal kicker. I reckon it was important for Acker and Jono to get a goal in the last quarter. He's unassuming too. You just don't see him rack up that many possessions.
Hudson belting forward and Murphy. Well, coming in, but only 6 in his last 10. Now he's lining up for goal number 3. He's been so important tonight. He's a magnificent kick. And they're on their way to the Cats next week.
Injury and end up missing a big slab of footy.
Matner went looking for a teammate there in Bevan. Came back to him from Jack. Searching hand pass forward. Crouch running into an open goal. Puts it right through the middle. Belatedly.
With those beautiful foot skills. Well, this is Acker against the flow. And Cooney's interesting too because he's played okay, but he still hasn't really imposed himself on a big match like this, has he?
Not yet. Maybe next week.
Yep. Bolton, low, good kick. Well, they don't give it away this lot, do they? 3 times this year he's kicked a couple of goals in matches, and he gets another. So a couple of late goals. Crouch and Bevan, unlikely sources.
For all the things that happen in footy, you've got to take your chance. Still 22.
So Hargrave, but put Acker under the pump. Back to Buchanan, clever. Didn't use O'Keefe, but he'll get to Hall.
He was 40 metres away from Hall then.
As Dennis told us earlier tonight, he'd drawn level with O'Loughlin and Pratt, and he is the greatest goal scorer for the Swans in finals. Hall gets a 4th.
Passionate skills, should have done better, but the kick coming out finds Hill. Some tired kicks from players of both sides.
He might roost one here.
Short, Eagleton.
You get tired and you don't need it.
In comes Eagleton. He's got it. And that ends it. It was interesting moments ago. Saw Will sort of trying to get under the skin or under the tat of Spider Everett. Not sure that's wise with a man playing his last game. Eagleton goes long. Spider on the goal line. Clears his head. It's all academic now.
And when Nathan Eagleton picks up 20-odd possessions and kicks a couple of goals running through 50, you know that the Dogs have got their running game up and going.
Well, they've given up there this one is because they knew that you would know that not Sydney's lines, but certainly at Hawthorn and at St Kilda.
Crouch's kick. So 10 long years since they've been in a prelim final. Kirk belts forward. Hall, Griffin at the back. Out wide. They've done it after a decade. And I think of Jono, only the 4th time he's been in a winning finals team. He's the only bloke out there tonight who's played in a prelim final for the Doggies. The other bloke, of course, Scotty West. He's played 323 games, Jono, and it's on his 4th winning final.
Gee.